do not give up. You know, it sounds a lot simpler than it actually is, you know, because most people can't even commit to actually not giving up on something. They can't commit on their career. They can't commit on going their own way, following the path they want to go through, following their passion, you know, and they instead get pushed into doing things that they don't actually want to do. And it's kind of sad, you know. Most people, they gave up on their dreams because the world around them told them, no, you got to go to college. No, you have to go this route. And I kind of realized that, like, so many people are programmed to their parents or people around themselves beliefs, you know? And that's what ultimately leads people to give up on their dreams, because so many people are like, no, you can't do that. You can't go out that route. You can't go down that path because you're going to fail. You should go to college because that's the most secure place to go. Get a drink of water if you don't mind. But there's always stuff like that. And I'm going to tell you guys a little story. So literally yesterday, I was at a soccer tournament with my dad because he coaches. And I know some of the kids there, so it's cool time, right? And they're younger, so I'm not here to judge them, of course, because end of the day, they're still young, they don't know much. But one of the kids, he come up to me, he's like, David, what are you going to do after high school? I'm like, I'm already out of high school. He's like, oh, what are you doing? You going to college? And I was like, no, I don't want to go to college, right? A couple of them heard that, and they're like, oh, what? You're not going to college? You're going to die. Like, they just started saying a bunch of stuff. And of course, I'm not going to go over there and be like, oh, yeah, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I kept an open mind. I was like, look, this is what their parents told them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be like, you're dumb, what are you doing? End of the day, it's what the parents' beliefs are, right? But then again, those same kids could, most likely most would, grow up to just think that college has to be the route. That there's no other way, that you'll die if you don't go to college, that education and going to college is the only way to make it out, you know, and live a good life. Turn it this way. But it's kind of sad to see, you know, and they kind of have, like, they can't open their eyes, because most people, they're like, obviously, I asked one of them, I was like, well, what do you think, like, have you heard of, like, Elon Musk or whatever? I don't think Elon Musk went to college. If he did, he did, but if he didn't, end of the day, he's not I don't think he used much from his degree. But you've seen, say, like, Jeff Bezos, or I'm pretty sure college. I do my research on that, that's my bad. But you've seen millionaires. Most people don't even go to college. They end up just providing so much value to the market, to the people, like the audience, to the world, that they just get paid for it. You know, and that's the ultimate equation. The more value you bring to anything, the more money you'll receive. Like me providing value on YouTube, more people will come to me and wanting to work with me. Like wanting to get coached by me, or whatever it is, you know. And I have a couple people right now because of the value I've gave. And it's just like, it's simple, you know. It's so simple. So that's just one part. But that's all like belief switch thing. So if you are kind of programmed, I'm not telling you you're like a bot. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're still watching this video, you're still trying to figure out how to pursue your dreams, and just even be able to, like, open that eye to see that it's possible. You know, one quote I love to live by is what man has done, man can do. And with that quote being said, it's like, whatever there is in life, whether it's someone making millions of dollars online, like, once that first person did it, that means it's possible. Now, I'm not saying if you're trying to create something new, like, for instance, I think it was Benjamin Franklin, whoever created the light bulb. My history is not the best, but whoever created the light bulb, like, they made that, and then now look what we have. I have an LED light above my phone, so I can have good lighting. You know what I mean? Like, it's just now so accessible. And it's just how the world works. You know, once one person does something, another person can do it too. And so you have to have the same mindset. If you want to be a YouTuber, you see all these millions of YouTube accounts that have millions of followers. Why can't you do it too? If you want to be an online entrepreneur, you see other people living the life that you want to live. So why can't you do it too? There isn't a clear reason why. Like, there's still the same human being as you are. Only difference is they're a different person in here. don't want to get too into that yet, but just think about this, guys, for a little transition, right? I just did the stop. A little transition. If you don't, pursue your dreams, do the thing that you actually want to do. Like, I know I just comment saying it's like when you're on your deathbed and you think about, well, why didn't you take that risk? Or why didn't you do the things you wanted to do? Because you only live once. YOLO. You only live once. Like, I always tell myself that when there's doubts, because in this route, you're gonna have doubts. You're gonna have times where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it happens to me. Not all the time. I'm not gonna say it every day. I'm like contemplating life, but not life, but stuff like pursuing my career. And so it's more like there's challenges. There's gonna be challenges no matter what. But it depends. If I'm losing track of my mind, my bad. But yeah, that's what it is. Like, there's gonna be challenges, and of course you're gonna want to give up. But it always depends. Are you gonna go back to your root and never give up, or are you gonna just give in to that temptation or that limitation, that challenge? And yeah, I'm gonna move on from this because I completely forgot what I was gonna say, and I'm so sorry. But hopefully you get a sort of vibe when I'm trying to go here. Just think about it. Life without even trying to live the life you want to live and just being programmed and pushed and doing things you don't want to do, it's just like, well, what was the point of you living? That's just my eyes. Because I feel like if I was pushed to go to college, I was pushed to go down a certain route that my parents picked or the world around me picked, that I'd be living a life that I would never want to live. And right now, quick side note, hopefully I don't get sidetracked. I created a series probably like a month ago, 2 months ago. I stopped it now because I realized something. It was like, this title was Day One of Me Building My Dream Life One Day at a Time. But I realized that, I'm going through it and I'm like, dude, like, I look at my dream life on my vision and I'm like, I'm living it. I'm waking up at 6 in the morning. I'm feeling that good energy. Obviously, like, the external stuff, like money, the cars, the wife, the kids, all the different things that I can't really control yet. Well, can't control at all. Is obviously not there. But how I feel inside and who I am as a person, like, I'm becoming that person every single day. And so in reality, I'm living my dream life because I'm going the route that I actually want to go towards, that I actually feel inclined to do. I feel aligned to do because that's the life I chose, And I get into talk to people. I'm like, look, like, what do you want to do with your life? Like, and they always tell me, like, oh, doctor, lawyer, or work with my dad, whatever. But in reality, they want to live that luxurious life. They want to live that life they see on TV, that life they see on the internet. But they're too scared to even go for it, or they just don't know where to start, or this, that, and this. There's so many different, like, thoughts going through their head. Doubts. What if people, judging you, all these different things, And it's like, the only person that's stopping you is you. The only person that's stopping you from going anywhere is you. And end of the day, you're gonna. I hope this doesn't happen. I promise you. I hope this doesn't happen. Don't wish this on my worst enemy, because like, this is just terrible pain. Like, imagine you are, you're stuck. You're 35, 40 with like 3-4 kids, trying to take care of them, working a 9-to-5 job, and you're pushed to go to like computer science. No, I don't know, whatever, cyber security, whatever. Let's say that's one thing I hear a lot of people go for. And you're working that job, but you don't enjoy it at all. Like, you go to work and you dread it. You come home and you're just filled with negative energy because you're not inclined, you're not aligned with what you actually want to do. You know that there's something better out in this world that you actually want to do, And the more and more, I always link pain to that. I'm like, dude, if I give up on my dreams, if I give up right now, I'm going to look back in this 30 years from now and just be so, so disappointed. So, so sad. And yes, I know how to like get rid of disappointment, get rid of regret, but that would stick with me for the rest of my life. 100%. I wouldn't be able to look at myself in the mirror because I'm the person that gave up on my dreams. I'm over here preaching like to go for what you want to go for, but I gave up. You know, I can't show my wife and kids the life that I wanted to live in luxury, traveling around the world, giving them whatever they want and going to places whenever we want because we're just so abundant. We're free. We're guided by God. All these different things, you know? Like, I've created this whole life. And for me just to give up on that is like, would I rather live a life where my dreams come true or a life where I'm being forced to do things I don't want to do? And my kids look at me like, damn, my dad is average. My dad doesn't even like look happy inside, you know? And I tend to hear a lot of stories, I guess you can say, where dads off more often than not are just stressed constantly because they have to put food on the table, keep a house over people's heads, all of these different things, you know? And it sucks. It doesn't feel good because they're stuck. And they also feel with that sort of regret inside of them, saying like, well, if I would have started 10 years ago, taking that risk wouldn't have been so risky when I have 4 kids to pay for, take care of. And at that point, most people are where it's like, well, if you're that old, you have kids, you have responsibilities, like there's no way you can take, there's no way you can take, that risk because people, I feel like it's belief, I truly feel like if you really want to do what you want to do, you make no excuse and get that thing done. And I know it's a lot harder said than done because, of course, having 4 kids, I have no idea how that is. Taking care of a family, no idea how that is. Having a roof over something, like trying to keep a roof over someone's head, I don't know how it is, And I think my audience is kind of around my age, so I doubt you know how that is either. But just thinking in the future, taking this risk that you could take now, which you don't have that much responsibility, where you don't have that much things to look after, responsibility, it's a lot less risky than in 10 years from now when you have a wife and kids, you have a job, and you work 40 hours a week. You don't have much free time. And some people are out drinking, smoking, partying, throwing their life away because they think it's the prime of their life. And speak with a lot of people who they want to go for their dreams, but they're just, they don't care about it enough. Or they didn't even want it enough. Or they didn't even realize that they didn't want it, and they wonder why they're not getting any progress because they link so much pleasure to being at where they're at now, and they link pain to being where they want to go because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to give up. They don't want to go through the end of life. They don't want to stay up until 10 o'clock recording a YouTube video when they have to wake up at 6 the next day and still do things at night. Like, people don't commit. People can't commit because of all those beliefs inside their head. And it's sad. Truly, it's sad. My eyes are burning because of this LED light shining. Shining in my head. But yeah, that's most what I gotta say. I really question. I want to ask you, could you take a step back and look at your life? Have you been doing the things you actually want to do? Have you been pursuing what you want to pursue? Going for the things that that feel aligned with your passion, your purpose in this world? Or have you been programmed like those kids at the soccer field, saying that college is the only way? And I'm not saying college is no way. You know what I mean? I'm not even against college, truly. Like, if you want to go to college, go right ahead. But I just feel like if you believe that's the only way, that's when you're wrong, And if you start trying to push down other people, I'm obviously not the kids. Obviously, they're young. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? That was a terrible punch. Don't judge me. I'm not gonna get mad at them because they don't know what they're talking about. But at the end of the day, it's like their parents. Their parents are saying that they have to go to college in order to live a good life. When I heard that, I was like, dang. At least I hope they want to become a doctor or lawyer or whatever. They want to go to college because, end of the day, if they don't want to and they're being forced to there, then they're gonna look back in their life and that same scenario I just laid out for you guys, where they're working that job, have those kids, and they can't take that risk anymore because there's too much to risk. They're gonna live such a terrible life, a life that they don't want to live, and that's what most parents live. You know, they instead try pushing their dreams and stuff to their kids, or they don't even try, or they can't even show love in their life because they internally don't love themselves for not trying and not doing the things you want to live. You know, I truly feel like where you take yourself in life, the foundation you set is truly going to be with you for the rest of your life. And so if you choose to have a foundation of, oh, I don't care, I'll just do what my parents tell me. I don't care, I'll just go to college because I was told to go. And you don't work on becoming a better version of yourself. You don't work on finding what your true passion is. You don't work on opening your mind and trying to go a different route. Because you know there's different routes. You know there's different ways. But people just tend to not do it. They rather party. They rather smoke. They rather not find their true self. They rather just escape, hide from the actual, inevitable? No. I don't know. A word. They rather just hide from the future. You know, like from the fact that life's gonna hit them one day. And they rather get hit with no foundation. I mean, to be like, I'm thinking about this, right? Like, yes, I'm sure I'm gonna get hit one day with tests, with challenges, but I have belief that I'm someone who overcomes challenges. You know, everything that comes to me is because it's for me. You know, I'm supposed to get challenged so I can overcome it and learn something, do something, you know. And I have so many different like testimonials you can say, or different things I've come through, or challenges I've faced and that I've overcame and became a better person, all these different things. Like, once you realize that everything happening for you and not to you, another immediate life perspective change, you know. And if you are someone who has that terrible foundation of smoking, drinking, partying, hanging out with the wrong group, not caring about their future, saying whatever, let's go to college, or even if you're a few further ahead and you are in that job that you want, or even if you're even farther ahead and with kids and stuff like that, I don't mean to disrespect you at all. I don't mean to bring this pain out so much more, but if you want it, you can do it. Depends how much you want it. You know, if you're willing to sacrifice sleep, sacrifice time at your job, maybe you need to sacrifice your job. I know it's hard, but if you want it, you make it happen. And if you believe anything can happen, then anything can happen. And I like to preach that whatever you believe in, it's true. You know, like the whole Santa Claus conspiracy. No one knows if it's real or not. Well, you know, like especially when we were kids. You know, I was one to believe in Santa, and it's just a belief. You know, I believe that there was Santa and presents would appear under my Christmas tree the next morning. And I'd be like, dang, he's real. When in reality, he wasn't. You know? And again, it's just a belief. Which, that's probably a terrible excuse, but hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. Like, we're all just so consumed. Our reality is getting driven by beliefs. Right? And so I'm just going to tie back into the whole subject, is that if you have beliefs about the route you want to go, whether it's becoming a professional basketball player, whether it's becoming an author, whether it's becoming an entrepreneur, whatever it is, like, if you have negative belief about those things, you will never move towards them. If you link pain to those things, you will never move towards them. If you believe that the only way is to go the route that you don't want to go, whether it's college, whether it's trade, whether it's different, a place you don't want to go, then that's all that's going to happen. You're going to go through that route and not want to live the life you want to live. And I'm kind of going on a tangent now, huh? If you are still here, God bless you. Thank you for watching. In this channel, I try being real with you guys. You know, I try keeping it real. I try keeping it pretty raw too, just because I'm not lazy. I'm not lazy though. And I mean, obviously I could edit, but like a little tad bit of a problem with my computer and my phone. It's not a problem. I honestly just don't want to edit a 20-minute long video. Have to watch every single thing. When in reality, I could just talk from the heart and still provide value, and people will still watch because I'm a cool guy, I believe. I'm easy to get along with. People actually resonate with what I say because I provide good value. And watch. That's a belief. And watch this belief play out. Now, I might sound dumb. I might sound delusional. I might be like, well, you only have, I don't know how much followers I have. I think I have like 200 now. Like, you only have 200. What makes you think you can say that? I believe it's possible. I believe it's already done. You know? And just watch it all play out. Now, I know I kind of went in a little bit of a beliefs and then not giving up, but it all links together because, like I said, end of the day, you versus you. Are you going to go down the route you want to go, pursue the dreams, take that risk, or are you going to live that traditional route? Live a life you don't want to live, and you can't provide the life that you want to provide for your family. You choose, you know what I mean? I know my answer. That's what I'm doing right now. About 10, 17. My eyes are on fire. But hey, I want to make it a little more aesthetic today, but doesn't really look too good, huh? But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully I didn't repeat myself 17 times. But if I did, and you're still here, God bless, and I'll catch you guys another day.